Good morning, and thank you very much for staying with us right here on Bernama today. As usual, every morning we bring you a guest. Today we're looking at a life of a guest who plays the violin. She started playing the violin when she was 10, 12. She's 19 now. We're talking to Ashley Ma, who's in the studios with us. Very good morning to you and welcome to the show, Ashley.
Thank you, Jared.
Well, before we continue, your hair is touching the mic. This is what the guys are telling me, so be careful of the hair. You need to probably push it back a little. And you know, you've been playing the violin from the time you were 10, from the time you could understand music.
Oh no, I started playing the violin when I was 10 years old, but I started playing the piano when I was 3 years old.
You started playing the piano when you were
Yes.
3. So why that switch from violin to piano to violin?
Violin is my second instrument. My first instrument is the piano.
Your first instrument is the piano.
Yes,
but
that's
you know,
right.
if you were to compare the both of it, which one do you love more? It's a
Actually,
tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
It is a tough one, but you can't carry your piano everywhere.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
problem, you know.
One
So-
thing I like about the violin is that it's a personal instrument, and you know I get to carry it everywhere.
Right.
And
Right.
it's easier to express myself on the violin than on the piano.
So a lot of people say when you start playing music at a very young age, 3, 5, 6, and then it continues till you're about standard 6, people say that kids don't, some kids don't like what they're doing. They're forced by parents. Was it the same for you?
No, it was not. Although my mom is my piano teacher, she
Right.
still is, yeah. She was the one who inspired me to start learning music because, you know, as a kid, music was all around me. So, you know, it's hard not to love music
Right.
for me.
Right. So your mother is very involved in music. She is a piano teacher. What about dad? Does dad play a musical instrument?
My dad plays the guitar. He sings as well.
Right.
And he says he used to be a DJ back in his days.
Back in his days?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, cool. So dad plays the guitar, he sings, and he was also a DJ. So you've been just surrounded by music all your life. What about your siblings, brothers, sisters?
I have a younger sister named Kimberly. She's 16 right now, and she plays the violin as well.
Right.
At some events, we perform together.
So you guys perform together. So when
As
you talk about
duets.
performing together at events, what kind of events do you perform for?
We have done some weddings and some Yamaha events that we play for. Some.
Are you
shows.
endorsed by Yamaha?
No, I'm not. But my violin is Yamaha, and I'm quite close with Yamaha myself.
Right. So you always use Yamaha products when it comes to your string instruments.
Yes and no, but my electric violin is the Yamaha one.
Right.
Other products are not from Yamaha.
So that's you playing at a concert of some sort or some gig?
Yes,
Tell us
yes.
a little bit about this gig.
This is Malaysia's Hottest Bloggers' second anniversary party. And I'm one of the bloggers.
Right.
I'm the youngest blogger for Malaysia's Hottest Bloggers.
Right.
And I have performed for the event.
You've performed. Was that one of your first few performances, or?
No, I have been performing since I was 12. So
Yeah.
this was just.
So it was just another thing for you. But you know, starting performances when you were 12, I'm sure you started by playing classical pieces and then graduated to, not graduated, but moved on to other stuff.
Yes, I'm classically trained, and I moved to jazz. I started off performing country music.
Right.
Yeah. Then I moved to jazz. Then I even played metal rock on the violin,
Right.
on my electric violin when I entered the World Championships of Performing Arts back in 2009.
Right. So when you say play jazz, I've always been very interested in jazz. What kind of jazz do you play? I play a jazz instrument too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called a CD player.
I love jazz, and I'm planning to pursue my violin in tertiary studies in
Right.
jazz violin.
Jazz violin
violin,
in
yeah, that's
tertiary studies. And if you want to do jazz violin, the only other place you can go to is Berkeley. That's what they say. Is that true?
No, that's not. Actually, I'm planning to pursue my music in New Zealand School of Music.
New Zealand School of Music.
Yeah, in Wellington, and they have a jazz violin course.
Right. And when it comes to studying music, it always comes back to money. Money is always very important because you need a lot to start off with, especially in the world of music. So what's it like for you? Who funds your studies?
I have been blessed to be offered the director's scholarship
Right.
from New Zealand, but as you know, the fees are quite expensive, so I'm still trying to find sources for funding.
Right.
To
go to New Zealand. So you've been offered a scholarship, but you still need funds. I don't understand how that works.
The scholarship is only like an entrance scholarship, but I'm gonna do 3 years there.
Right.
And yeah,
Well, what about government loans and?
I tried PTPTN loan, but it got rejected because my university.
You're too good a musician?
No, my university is overseas.
Right.
So they don't support that.
Right. So if you're working within the relevant, what do you call it, industry, or working within the relevant organization, a musician is in need of help. Well, you talk about playing a violin. Or what can you tell us a little bit about this violin that you're going to play for us in a short while?
This violin is China-made violin, and I just got it like a couple.
Can
of
I have a
months
look at it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold
it like that.
Oh, I have to hold it like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be very careful with it. Okay. China-made violin. So what's the difference between a Chinese-made violin and the violins made in Europe?
The violins made in Europe is obviously more expensive, and the sound is more complex.
Right. So how much would something like this cost?
This one costs about 6K. 6,000 ringgit.
This is 6,000 ringgit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my baby.
I better give it back to you. Seriously, 6,000 ringgit, and does the sound differ very much from that of the violins that come from Europe?
Every violin sounds different, I would say. So
it's got its own characteristics,
yes, it's
dynamics.
unique. So for a person to really buy a violin,
Right.
he must like the sound of the violin. That's why it took me about a month to choose this one.
Right.
With the help of my violin teacher.
Isn't it great knowing your dream? You start playing an instrument when you're 6, 7, and when you're 12 you learn another instrument. By the time you're 19, you're so set in life as to what you want to do. And here we have someone. Ashley, can you play us something today?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. What are you going to play? Are you going to play some jazz?
No.
No.
Or should I?
She's not going to play us jazz. Thank you very much for being here.
I'm going to play something that, is from my repertoire.
From your repertoire, you've written songs too.
I compose songs. I do song arrangement and transcribing as well.
Right.
Yeah, but I have my own set of repertoire for when I perform. So one of them is like Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal. Okay, we're going to listen to Smooth Criminal right here on Bernama today for the first time. Live musician. We got the intro of Smooth Criminal, and we didn't get anything more than that. But having done what you've done for all these years and getting into the world of composing now, composing your own music, is it tough composing music, being 19, not knowing what kind of genre you want to get into?
Usually the genre I get into when I spontaneously compose would be obviously jazz.
Jazz, yeah.
And a bit of fusion. Yeah.
Well, the guys in the back room are talking about, why don't you play us a love song? Can you do
really?
that? Yeah, a love song. To the guys working behind the scenes on Bernama today. Yeah.
All right. If you can guess this song.
Okay, if we can guess this song, right. They already guessed it before me.
Yeah?
I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
the
that's
late,
right.
great Whitney Houston. Well, Ashley, what are your hopes and dreams, when you go to New Zealand, when you come, are you thinking of coming back? Are you thinking of moving altogether?
Well, I have not thought about that one yet. But if life is good there, I might stay there. If there's opportunities there, I might.
Right.
Or else I would come back to Malaysia.
You think opportunities, as a 19-year-old, you think opportunities are lacking in Malaysia, or opportunities are growing within Malaysia? And be very honest with me.
In the music industry, I honestly feel that it's a yes and no question, actually. It depends on me.
Right.
What kind of opportunities lie.
And how you're going to pave that way for your future, yeah?
Yeah, in New Zealand, I'm hoping to get the exposure and different kind of experience than in Malaysia.
Different experience.
Yeah.
Well, before we go, we understand that you have a blog, you have a website.
Yeah.
Yeah. If people want to get in touch with you, find out more about your music, probably get you to play for one of their annual dinners, perhaps.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
enjoy myself so much playing on stage.
So, well, is there a website? What's the website? What's the website address?
My blog is www.thepinktimes.blogspot.com.
www.thepinktimes.blogspot.com, thepinktimes.blogspot.com, and you'll get all the information you need about
Yes.
Ashley.
Yes, pink because I like pink.
Because she likes pink. Apparently she has a pink guitar too. Well, we're going to leave you. We're going to end the show with Ashley playing a song for us. Ashley, can you do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
You're going to play a full song for us until we go off the airwaves. So with that, stay with us because we'll come back tomorrow with more for you right here on Bernama Today. Don't forget to join us then, but stay with us throughout the day because we've got updates coming your way right here on Bernama. Jared Ratnam on behalf of Bernama Today signing off. Go Ashley.